Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you my daily Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action here in the UK. Just going to go through on how today's selections ran. Just the one winner in the end, which was at Goodwood, with Maury for Sir Michael Stout and Ryan Moore. Really good performance there. That was the daughter of Frankel, and this race, to be fair, on paper really was meant to be between the two Frankel daughters, between Ice Spire and Maury. Maury was definitely the better horse throughout the race. Ice Spire was ridden by Frankie Dettori, and he never really got her to figure much in the race, but it was a pretty good battle coming down the home straight with a couple of other rivals, but Maury had a nice turn of pace towards the end and went on to win well, so definitely one to keep in the memory bank there, Maury. Other horses that ran were Muda Yara Sandown, which to be fair was in the last in the 840, ridden by Jim Crowley, and that horse was running alright. It got a good start and it was against the inside rail, but it kind of got blocked by the Josephine Gordon ride, and he had to come and push out towards the outside, and I definitely think that hampered its progress. But I don't think it probably would have won the race, but I think it could have been a lot closer towards the end, coming towards the line. So that was slightly disappointing there. We also had Eldridge, who ran at Goodwood, and he wasn't in the prominent business end of the race. And we also had Excellent Team, which was the Skelton's runner, teaming up for that. They did get a winner, thankfully, to keep my bet looking not too bad at the moment, but it's early days with that, for the Skeltons to be champion jockey and champion trainer. Excellent Team finished fourth in that race in the end, and he was, to be fair, in the race for a lot of the way, but when they came in towards the home turn, he was being ridden along early, and others were travelling better, and he got found out by the Noel Feely ride there, so that was slightly disappointing, but I definitely think it's still worth remembering Excellent Team for future races, because I think he might like the ground a bit more softer, a bit firm for him today, because you could tell by the way he was jumping and that he made one or two errors, and when he was riding between hurdles that maybe the ground wasn't to his liking. So that was how today's selections ran, and I'm going to be giving you my predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. I've got to say, it looks like there's a lot of decent horse racing meetings tomorrow, a lot of good cards up and down the country. It was, to be honest, it was pretty hard trying to find some really good standout tips, if I'm honest, because I fancied a fair few runners, so I've tried to narrow it down into a lucky 15, and we're going to be sticking to the main best two flat meetings tomorrow at Haydock and Goodwood. And the first race that we go to tomorrow is in the 255 at Haydock, and the horse that I'm going for there is Learn by Heart, which is running for the Queen. It's owned by the Queen, this horse, and it's trained by William Haggis, and it'll have Daniel Tudhope aboard tomorrow. Now, the reason I've gone for this horse, you may wonder, is because this race is a maiden, a novice maiden, pretty much. These horses haven't run yet, so you're thinking probably, why am I going on for a horse that we haven't even seen yet? Well, there was quite a lot I liked about this horse on paper. First of all, it is by Frankel, who we all know was a great horse and has gone on to be a productive and good sire. So that's one good plus. Also as well was the plus of William Haggis. He is 7 winners from 20 rides at Haydock for 2-year-olds first time out. So that looks promising there. And it was currently around 6-1 bookmakers on the market. And I definitely think with the other horses in the race, this definitely did stand out on its pedigree and its connections, and I think it's definitely worth a punt at the price. So that's who I'm going for there tomorrow. I'm going for that horse there, Learn by Heart. It's also related to Cool I think it's called Cool My Mind, that horse, which is another really good horse by Frankel. So definitely got a good pedigree, this one. But the next race that we go to tomorrow is at Goodwood in the 3:10 with a horse called Dellaguista, which is currently around 5-1 with bookmakers at the moment. And this horse again is by William Haggis. This will probably turn into the theme in the end, because I've actually got maybe another William Haggis horse to come. But this horse, Dellaguista, is trained by William Haggis, and it will be ridden by Pat Cosgrave tomorrow. Now this horse, last time we saw it, won a maiden at Lingfield towards the end of last year, so it's going to be making its seasonal reappearance. But it is its handicap debut tomorrow, and it's going to be running off a mark of 75, and I thought that was quite an interesting winnable mark for this horse first time out. There's a few horses that have better handicap marks, and it will be getting a bit of weight from some of its main rivals tomorrow. I'm currently around 5-1 bookmakers at the moment. I definitely thought this horse looked appealing on paper, so that's why I'm going for him there. That's Dellaguista in the 310 at Goodwood. Our third selection tomorrow will see us go back to Haydock in the 405. Again, with another William Haggis horse. So that's 3 William Haggis horses tomorrow. I'm hoping he'll have a good day. And the horse that I've selected here is another maiden race with a horse called Labhay, which is really interesting horse. It's making its first appearance tomorrow, and it's got some great connections. It's related to former Oaks winner and also a St. Leger winner, so it's got some good classics in its pedigree for winners. So that looks good there. Currently around 6-1 bookmakers at the moment. And this horse tomorrow has got Richard Kingscote on board, who I think is a really underrated and good jockey. And as well, this horse is running in a maiden race tomorrow, but some of the other horses have already ran a few races, and they haven't obviously got over the line yet because this is a maiden race, but they haven't run particularly well and been eye-catching, and I definitely think maybe one of the newcomers in this race, and definitely with that record and statistic we said about William Haggis earlier, 7 winners from 20 rides, so not a bad strike rate there. Could maybe pay dividends tomorrow, and at 6-1 I think that's a fair price, so that's who I'm going for there tomorrow. Labhay in the 405 at Haydock. Our last selection tomorrow in our Lucky 15 here is going to be Goodwood in the 420 with a horse called Monaco Rose. This one's been sent south by Richard Fahey, really northern powerhouse trainer, and it will be ridden by Dougie Costello tomorrow, who's now finally beginning to get some rides. He was in the media, it was reported that he fell out with his main trainer that he normally rides for. I can't remember who it was now, but there was some apparently disagreement, but it turned out that the trainer fancied someone else. So Dougie Costello's been a bit up for grabs, hasn't had many rides, but he had a good ride, a few rides at Chester the other week. So he's been riding all right since he's been coming back, and he's aboard this horse tomorrow, Monaco Rose, currently 3-1 in the market at the moment. And I think it's running off a good handicap mark tomorrow of 69. It's looking for a hat-trick win with previous wins at Doncaster. Even though that was an apprentice race, it ran well in that. And it also ran a good race at Catterick before that. So there's a lot of positives to like for this horse. And I think Richard Fahey probably wouldn't have bothered sending this horse all the way to Goodwood if he didn't think it had a good chance of winning tomorrow. So currently 3-1 in the market at the moment. I definitely think that's a good bet. There is one horse in there that's interesting, which is the Rafe Beckett and Oisin Murphy combination horse called Melodic Motion, I think it's called. Currently the market favourite around about 9-4, but I think that horse has still got a little bit more to prove, where Monaco Rose is in really good consistent form and has been running well over this distance, where that horse tomorrow, Melodic Motion, is stepping up, so it is a bit more of a gamble in my opinion at the price. So yeah, so I'm going for Monaco Rose, who has got less questions to answer there. So if you've got any good tips for tomorrow, if you think you're going to be in the winners tomorrow with any of your bets, let us know in the comments box below. Also as well, you can follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our channel here at Lucky15. You can also like us on Facebook on our Facebook page. Gamble responsibly, and I'll see you soon.